And welcome back to CBS 12's special coverage tracking Nicole. Good morning. I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Sam Kerrigan. We pick up our coverage now at the top of the hour here at 1 a.m. as we are now experiencing really the worst that we are going to see from Hurricane Nicole.
Yeah, I know you've been watching this coverage for hours, waiting as this storm is approaching, and we are getting very close to that. And with this storm, unlike some other storms, I mean, we've been seeing effects really since we were last on the hour.
Right.
Way before that, we started at 4:30 a.m. yesterday morning, and we were starting to see Nicole then. And here we are at 1 a.m. on what is Thursday morning. We can officially say now is Thursday, and we are continuing to certainly are now getting ready to see landfall.
Yeah, so we want to check in now with meteorologist Lauren Oleski for the latest. Lauren.
Good morning or evening or whatever time it might be. We are back with you now for the next several hours, and Nicole is going to be making landfall over the next few hours as expected as a Category 1 hurricane. Winds right now are at 75 miles per hour. Yesterday when we were on air with you, winds were at 70 as a tropical storm, so it was not a huge change in the overall wind speed to be given that designation of a hurricane. But center of the storm just off the coast right now. We are looking at likely a landfall in St. Lucie County. We'll get a zoomed in look on radar shortly. And then it's going to weaken very quickly as we move through the next several hours as well. So if you are awake right now, Treasure Coast, this is the worst of it, kind of starting now. Our beach cameras, there's enough light out on the coast that we can actually see our ocean. This is the Juneau Pier, and still incredibly rough surf out there. The beaches are likely looking significantly worse the further north you go up along the Treasure Coast. We still have a hurricane warning in effect for Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin counties. And then this was extended yesterday. So the hurricane warning for Palm Beach County is now for areas along and east of 441. But these aren't going to change until we see Nicole actually move through the area. So here is a look at radar. We got a nice wide eye right here. Good rain banding and convection on the northern end of that eye. Nicole is right now moving west-northwest around 14 miles per hour. So there's differences in what's going on outside weather-wise. Palm Beach County, aside from the incredibly heavy rain that's falling along the southern border there near Broward, you now have a northwest wind. You have the offshore wind. So our coastal conditions could slowly start to improve for you. Treasure Coast, though, you are in the opposite situation. We've got the very strong onshore winds, plus there's a big area of high pressure off the coast of the Carolinas right now. Then we've got Nicole, a big area of low pressure that creates a very tight pressure gradient. So we have very strong onshore flow along the entire east coast of Florida right now. That's why the coastal flooding conditions have been so bad, not just for us here locally, but all the way up north. There have been roads buckling because of the beach erosion near Daytona Beach. It's going to be very interesting to see what those areas look like once the sun does come up for us this morning. So what's happening right now, Stuart, you're right along the edge of that eye wall. This is not a very strong, super well-defined eye, although it is looking very nice in terms of the rainfall that's around it. This is where the peak winds are, right along the edge of this eye wall. So winds right now are sustained in Stuart, Hobe Sound, areas along the coast of St. Lucie County. That will include Fort Pierce, even a little further inland near the city of Port St. Lucie. You're dealing essentially with this eye wall starting to come on shore. If you're up in Fort Pierce, our Stephanie Valderrama is up there. She's probably experiencing very, very heavy, strong wind right now. Then there will probably be a lull in about an hour once you get inside of that eye, once it actually moves onshore. We've got strong onshore flow as well up near Indian River County. So I'm going to assume right now the worst of our coastal conditions, the coastal flooding, the erosion is really bad right now, and worse, I should say, along the St. Lucie County and Indian River County coast, but it's starting to improve in Palm Beach County because we're starting to get that offshore flow. Rainfall totals now for us. just under 5 feet in inland Indian River County, about 4.5 near Stewart, about 3.5 in Boca. These are since midnight yesterday, so about 25 hours of rainfall. Quickly zooming in, we're going to get to meteorologist Jennifer Collins in just a minute. We've got heavy, widespread rain falling across Indian River, St. Lucie, Okeechobee, most of Martin County. Nice downpour coming in along the turnpike from Martin Highway up towards Port St. Lucie Boulevard in St. Lucie County. Really heavy downpours across Boca, out west towards Mission Bay, right along the border between Broward and Palm Beach County. Belle Glade, Pahokee, rain coming across the area as well. We're still dealing with showers near Jupiter and West Palm. We're going to still see a very small threat for a few isolated spin-ups out there overnight as we still see Nicole moving onshore. Flood watches are also still in effect. We're now finally kind of starting to see the rainfall picking up, so some flood alerts could get issued for us, and we do still expect to see a few spots maybe dealing with some isolated ponding on the roadways. Of course, that coastal flooding getting really bad too. Looking live outside from our airport camera, shaking quite a bit out there. We've got a lot of rain coming down, of course, very cloudy skies also. Let's check in now with meteorologist Jennifer Collins. It's getting windy out there for us, Jen.
Yeah, especially for some of our northern areas along east central Florida, right along the Brevard County coastline. We've seen some fairly high wind gusts in this area. Now, as Nicole approaches landfall, we can expect some of the strongest winds to actually be to the north side of this system, because once the eye wall starts to move a bit further inland, we're actually going to see calming conditions for many of our coastal communities along the Treasure Coast. You're still dealing with the strong winds for right now, but once that eye wall kind of approaches landfall, we will see those winds easing back. Some of the heaviest rainfall rates as well in some of our northern communities, including Indian River County, heading into inland parts of Okeechobee County, of course, north into Brevard County. That's where we're seeing some of the heaviest rain and strongest winds. Looking at our local storm reports, we had a reported wind gust of, see if I can click back and get that one showing again. There we go. We had a reported wind gust of 70 miles per hour in Brevard County. That it was at in the Atlantic, just in Brevard County along the coastline, just to the north of Melbourne Beach. And it also had a sustained wind, that is a 1-minute sustained wind of 52 miles per hour. That was our top wind gust so far in the state of Florida. We also had more storm reports issued. This was at 10:55 this morning, so just before the 11 o'clock hour. Storm surge images shared via Twitter showed beach erosion due to storm surge. So that was right around the area that Dylan was in earlier this morning, where he saw areas of sand getting washed out underneath the boardwalk. We also have had a storm report in the St. Lucie area. Sheriff's Office posted on Twitter that storm surge breached into the seawall along Indian River Drive, and that was right before the noon hour today. We've also had another report in downtown in the West Palm area. This is actually near Lake Worth. Near Lantana, excuse me. Tidal flooding still ongoing near A1A. This was at 9 o'clock in the morning. We had water above curb level at that point. So wind gusts right now ranging anywhere from about 40 miles per hour along parts of the Treasure Coast, some of the top winds in our area. In Vero Beach. Of course, further inland, we still have some gusty wind conditions, 28-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Okeechobee, and wind gusts ranging anywhere from about 20 to even 43-mile-per-hour wind gusts was just reported at the Palm Beach International Airport, with sustained winds right around 25 miles per hour. And that's kind of been the trend as we've gotten through the day. Winds sustained right around 25 to 35 miles per hour, with, of course, higher gusts across the area. Some of our top wind gusts here in our local area: Sebastian Inlet saw a wind gust of 66 miles per hour. In Stewart Beach, 62 miles per hour. Same thing in Juneau Pier. Vero Beach saw a wind gust of 60 miles per hour. Jensen Beach as well, 60 mile per hour in 58 mile per hour wind gusts. In the House of Refuge, that was actually earlier this morning, well before Nicole approached our area. Rainfall, still expecting rainfall across the area. We're still seeing the outer bands of it. However, once that eye wall moves on shore, we're going to start to see calm conditions across the Treasure Coast. So rain will be fairly limited. We're going to see most of that rain activity shifting inland towards the west coast of Florida, near the Tampa Bay area, and into parts of central Florida. So we still have a flood watch in effect up and down our communities. Potential for heavy rainfall, particularly for some of our inland communities down south into Palm Beach County. We'll still see some banding rain at times, so heavy rainfall still possible that could lead to localized flooding. Of course, that's completely separate from our coastal flooding threat. However, high tide was about 8 o'clock this evening. But as Nicole approaches landfall, some of our highest surge values will be right around now. And then once it moves onshore, we're actually going to see an offshore wind move in. And this is when most of that tidal flooding will be alleviated for many of our coastal communities. And as the day goes along, we will see those winds subsiding. And by this afternoon, we'll see sustained winds anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Back to you.
All right, Jen, thank you very much. And of course, right now what's going on is, of course, as this team of meteorologists, these anchors come on, also our team of reporters are switching over. So our reporters that are in the field, they're going to start getting some new video, of course, as our county is beginning to start to wake up here and see what our areas look like now.
Yeah, I think we do have some video from Palm Beach shores of some. We are going to go to one of our reporters now. Danny Travis is in Palm Beach shores with a look at the flooding that we are seeing there. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning, Matt and Sam. Yeah, like you just said, we are here at Palm Beach shores, and conditions right now, they're not too bad. It's very subtly raining, slight breeze, but conditions were definitely worse overnight. Now I'm here at Condo 18 condominiums where they saw a lot of flooding last night. Let me show you what I mean. You can take a look down in the parking garage down there. It's just flooded. Now, we did speak with the property manager not too long ago who say this flooding started coming in about 6 o'clock last night and it just kept coming in. Now, they said they did put up precautionary measures like metal floodgates and even sandbags to prevent this from happening. But property managers tell us that it came from the east side and the water and the storm surge came over the sand and over the sandbags and then flooded into this parking garage from the east side. Now, I want you to take a look down here where you can see there's pumps going into the flooding in the garage down there, and they're trying to get out the flooding, but they were telling us it was not working. Their efforts were not working to get that water out this morning. Now, the property managers did tell us that's about 2.5 feet of stormwater down there. They also tell us there's about 4 cars in there, but none of them were damaged. They are all okay because they were SUVs, but they tell us efforts to continue to get this flooding out will start around 5 or 6 this morning. We will keep you updated with all the flooding here in Palm Beach shores as Nicole makes landfall. Matt and Sam, back to you.
We're going to see a lot of that as the sun starts to come up and people wake up and go out and see, what they're dealing with. And that's when, we're really going to be able to clean up the damage.
Right. But right now, at this point, at 1:12 here on Thursday morning, conditions are much different in Palm Beach County than they are in the Treasure Coast. So let's go to our Kara Duffy. She is live near the Roosevelt Bridge in Stewart. Kara, what are you seeing there this morning?
Good morning, Matt, Sam. We have been out here since yesterday, and conditions certainly have deteriorated, especially over the past few hours. If you recall, we're at Flagler Park right now. This is just near the Roosevelt Bridge, and yesterday we saw some of the flooded areas, but we had just kind of commented on the fact that the ground was very saturated. It was kind of more like a puddling situation. This morning, a much different look. It's really made its way all the way from the St. Lucie River over the Riverwalk, now into this park playground area here, even spilling over onto the parking lot here. The further down you go to, if you just take a look at the signage right there, you can see a better idea as to the levels there. It's now spilling over into a playground. A little bit behind that, I know it's hard to tell right now, but I can tell you there's like picnic tables, pavilions, and the water's actually up to like the bottom picnic bench there, just to get an idea as to how much water the farther we go. Another thing we're dealing with this morning that wasn't too big of an issue yesterday, the rain. Even just getting to this area from Jupiter this morning, we made the drive in, and the closer we got into Martin County, the closer we got into the Stewart area, it was just pouring at points where it was kind of hard to see when we were trying to go over one of the smaller bridges. The wind was, rocking the car. Definitely took us a little bit longer than usual to make that drive. I can actually already feel the water stepping into these boots. It's kind of like a pool at a hotel or something. The further down you go, the deeper it gets there. And boots already wet. First live shot of the morning out here, so I have a feeling that's just a little taste of what's to come as we now wait for Nicole to make landfall here. Matt, Sam, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, Kara, you were there about 12 hours ago. It's kind of hard to tell because it's dark, but how far away are you right now from where you were standing yesterday?
Yeah, great question, Matt. So right now we're kind of in the center area of Flagler Park, but if you kind of walk through the mushy water here before it starts flooding, it's all the way kind of past the trees over there through that pavilion where the lit up white building is. That's actually the restaurant that we were kind of showing you some of the preps, and then you would walk down there, the Roosevelt Bridge, kind of in the distance there. So it's really not that far, but we even kind of hesitated where we're like, should we even try to attempt to get down to where we were yesterday? But with it being so dark out and the water just so unpredictable here, we didn't want to get too close, but it does look a little bit more calm. I'm not quite sure if that has to do with the tides or whatnot, but the water isn't as violently whipping around as it was yesterday. It's more just a lot of rain and a lot of flooding and hesitation to really kind of get around with it being so dark out right now, not knowing what's around the corner.
All right, Kara, thank you very much. We'll keep on checking with her with what's going on in Martin County.
Yeah, and then just a little further north in St. Lucie County, another area where Lauren just said they are going to be seeing the worst of Nicole, and that is where Stephanie Valderrama is this morning. She is at the Fort Pierce Marina. So, Steph, how is it looking there this morning?
Yes, good morning, Matt and Sam. Not quite was what I was expecting this morning, because when we got out here, I was expecting a lot of rain. I was expecting, different conditions. There's not any rain right now. It's very calm except for the wind. We're not even seeing a lot of damage. Now, I have reached out to some of my contacts here in Fort Pierce to see if they're getting any reports of damage, but at this hour, still haven't heard back from them. However, we're here at the nautical gift shop by the marina, and really this is all we're seeing. As you can see, just some down palms from the trees here, but really this is, the extent of it. Now, I do want to point out, as you can see here at the gift shop, they do have electricity. Now, we do know that's not the case all across St. Lucie County, and we also learned this morning that the utility company here in Fort Pierce, I'm actually going to get Jackson to follow me to the marina so I can show you more of the water, but we did learn about 2 hours ago, they posted on their social media pages that they're not going to be doing any restoration this morning because it's just not safe with the wind. But Jackson, if you can point here out at the marina, we aren't seeing any boats that have gotten loose. It seems like everything is still secure. We haven't even seen any people out here. I know overnight our Al Pefley was out here talking to some people that were hunkering down, riding out the storm, on their boats. But at this time, things not too bad out here. Of course, we'll keep you updated. Back to you.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. And the reason why it's a little bit calmer right there is because that's the eye of the storm right now in the St. Lucie County. Right now, you're looking at Jensen Causeway from a few hours ago.
Yeah, you can see the waves crashing in there. We saw conditions deteriorating in Jensen Beach near the causeway yesterday afternoon before Nicole was even near us. And this, of course, was from last night as that storm surge really coming over there on the roadways.
And of course, the storm now moving away from Jensen Beach, moving a little further north. We're going to keep on following, though. Of course, that doesn't mean that everyone in Martin County is out of this just quite yet. Let's move on. Sandspit Park in Stewart, where you can see some people, brave people?
Yeah.
Or I could use other adjectives. For going out there and taking a look at what's going on in Sandspit Park.
Yeah, certainly not the best idea to be out there when that is happening.
No, certainly not. So as we are checking in with our reporters here this morning, we are seeing how different everything is. We've talked to our meteorologist. Right now what's going on in coastal Palm Beach County is that wind is coming in from the west. It's coming over because it's the bottom part of the storm. But as we move more north, especially when you get up to northern Treasure Coast, that's where you are continuing to see the worst winds coming from the east. Yeah,
I think we are going to check back in with our meteorologist now for another check on what is happening with Nicole.
So let's check in up north right now, Matt and Sam. So you're looking at, I'm walking over, here we go. This is Jensen Beach right now. So the water still very rough in a lot of spots, but yeah, it looks a little calm. Our eye is starting to get closer to parts of the Treasure Coast. So we actually will see calm conditions at times. We're going to get kind of a pause in some of that activity. So it looks like right now, maybe the eye is just a little, the eye wall, I should say, is just a little further inland. Now, it's not a very vicious eye. Winds are at 75 miles per hour, but that's what we're starting to see. Also, high tide was at 8 o'clock, 8:30 or so last night. So we're starting to approach low tide. And then, of course, as we then go back into the high tide cycle, we could start to see this water moving in once again. So what we're looking at here, there's the center of our storm. Again, it's slowly starting to push its way inland. So we might start to see some of the conditions across parts of our Treasure Coast counties calming down a little bit. Very typical when the eye moves in. What you actually might see happen is that the winds will increase quite a bit. That's going to be the strongest winds, and then it stops. That's that's the calm of the storm, that eye right there. Rainfall totals, we've been monitoring these. These are totals since midnight Wednesday. So this is about 25 hours of data. This is radar estimated. We haven't gotten any official rainfall totals back from the National Weather Center, yet. But about 4.5 inches measured in inland Indian River County. A little over 4.5 as well in Stewart, about 2 inches in northern Palm Beach County right now, 3 in South County, about 3.5 for another area in Boca, and then lower amounts a little further inland. We're probably going to start to see a lot of these rainfall numbers grow as we still see more of that heavy rainfall begin to move inland. So conditions right now are going to be a little bit more intense across the Treasure Coast compared to areas south in Palm Beach County. The winds will actually probably start to pick up for Okeechobee County in a few hours as the center of the storm pushes further inland and moves closer to you. Heavy downpours, though, falling across inland Indian River County right near Fellsmere. Vero Beach, Dylan Huberman is up there right now. It might be dry. There's a little dry spot right there. Nice heavy downpour, though, moving across the turnpike. There's Martin Highway right there. This is in Martin County. This is moving off towards the southeast, so we're starting to see a little more of that offshore flow creeping into parts of southern Martin County. Heavy downpour right now in Lake Worth Beach, Mission Bay down in Boca as well, also dealing with some heavy downpours. So again, we're now on the backside of it for parts of Palm Beach County. The weather's still bad, but the coastal conditions are going to start to get a little bit better across parts of the coastline of Palm Beach County, maybe getting a little worse right now along the Treasure Coast, especially Indian River County, as Nicole is beginning to move on shore. We haven't had a landfall just yet. It's going to happen over the next couple of hours. When we get the center of the storm on top of the coast, that's, a landfall there. Cypress Quarters, Okeechobee, West Palm, Fort Pierce, no matter where you live in our area, we are all under a flood watch. We haven't had any flood advisories that have really gotten issued. We could start to see them happen, though, this morning because now we're really starting to see that persistent, very heavy rain falling. A look out at the airport right now. Of course, shaky camera. The airport shut down operations at PBIA yesterday at 9 a.m. They're still closed right now, of course. Here's a look right now. These are automatic numbers that update for us. These are rainfall totals. These are since midnight. So about 0.3 of an inch in Vero Beach. That's the highest total that we have seen accumulate so far this morning. So this is only the last hour and a half of data. About 0.1 of an inch for the rest of our area. And those numbers, again, will continue to go up. So let's look at our winds because this tells the big story of what's going on. Look at the wind in West Palm Beach right now. It's out of the west at 26 miles per hour. That's an offshore wind that is pushing the water back out to sea. That's good. That's helping those coastal conditions. Still rough, at the beach, but that's really improving our conditions right now. 24 mile per hour wind in Vero, but that still is a northeast wind. Fort Pierce, you're still also dealing with that wind coming in out of the north. I'm going to zoom out on this for a quick second because I want to show you something. So we've got that wind in Okeechobee right now also coming in out of the northwest. So these numbers are going to start to kind of shrink and go away. But I'm zooming out for you really quickly because I just kind of want to show two things that are happening right now across our country. So you can pick out Nicole pretty easily. We've got this spin going on right here just off the shore. Obviously, we were just looking at that. Here's high pressure off the coast of the northeast and some of the mid-Atlantic states. This high and low of Nicole are relatively close enough to increase the pressure gradient across the Atlantic coastline right now. So when we have an area of high pressure and an area of low pressure, relatively close. In terms of weather, this is close, even though this is hundreds of miles apart. But when you have a large change in pressure, which is high to low, over a relatively short distance, that increases the pressure gradient and it increases the wind speeds. So, obviously on top of Nicole, we've got persistent onshore flow for the entire eastern coast of the United States right now, which includes us in South Florida. So that's why we've also been dealing with these very rough coastal beach conditions. Closer look at home right now. Peak wind gusts just since midnight, 47-mile-an-hour gusts measured for this site up here in Vero Beach. There's an area in Gifford that measured a 59-mile-per-hour wind gust. We've had a 44-mile-per-hour gust measured at PBIA, 37 in Okeechobee, 36 in Fort Pierce. So we're only going to continue to likely see these numbers grow. These gusts will continue to get a little stronger as Nicole makes its way onshore, which we are expected to see over the next few hours. We'll bring Jennifer Collins back in. We've been working on getting a list updated for everyone of all of the wind gusts across the area. I'm not sure if you're finished with the graphic yet because it's very extensive.
I did get finished with it.
All right, Jen's got those numbers for us. Let's look at what some of those peak wind gusts have been, Jen.
Yeah, we will see that peak wind gust graphic kind of for some of our local areas. Still working on getting some for our statewide area. Our top wind gust in the state so far was in the Atlantic. In Brevard County, so that was right about here, just south of just north of Melbourne, excuse me, and that was a wind gust of 70 miles per hour. Our top wind gust here in our area was 66 miles per hour in the Sebastian Inlet. So you can actually see the eye wall of Nicole starting to push on shore at this time as well. So some of the heaviest rainfall right now is actually pushing its way further inland. We're seeing lighter rain starting to move into parts of Stewart, Fort Pierce, and even into Vero Beach as well. And like I was talking about, the eventual eye of Nicole will start to move on shore, and we'll see calm winds building in, calmer conditions move in within that eye. So if you head outside during that time, you're actually going to notice it's not going to be quite as windy or even rainy at that moment. Heaviest rainfall currently to the north along parts of the east central coast of Florida at this time. Wind gusts winds sustained right now anywhere from about 15 to 25 miles per hour, with sustained wind of 32 miles per hour right now in Vero Beach. However, look at Port St. Lucie. We have a sustained wind right now of 5 miles per hour. That's indicating that that eye is starting to move a bit further on shore. So we're going to start to see those conditions calm within the next hour or so. So again, that top wind gust in the Atlantic, 70 miles per hour. Sebastian Inlet, 66 miles per hour. We've had quite a few reports from Juno Beach Pier as the day has gone along, ranging anywhere from a 62 mile per hour wind gust to even a 59 mile per hour wind gust there and a 52 mile per hour wind gust. In Gifford, 59 mile per hour wind gust was just reported a few minutes ago, and in Vero Beach, a 58 mile per hour wind gust for today. The House of Refuge had a 58 mile per hour wind gust early this morning, well before Nicole approached our area. We're still watching heavy rain bands moving on shore. However, the heaviest rain will begin to move towards the west coast of Florida as the day goes along. Look how dry the weather is to the south of Nicole. It's been a very lopsided system with most of the rain activity to the north end of it. We're still going to see heavy rain moving into parts of Okeechobee County near the Passenger area heading towards the Kissimmee River. Lighter rainfall near downtown Okeechobee with still some heavy rain moving through the lake area. Eventually will close in towards Belle Glade. Notice the movement of the rain. So we're starting to see winds now moving out of the west. So most of that rain activity will continue to band into parts of South County. So we're still seeing some areas of heavy rainfall just to the south of Boca at this moment. And most of that, again, wind flow will be offshore, which will alleviate our tidal flooding that we're currently seeing at this time. Most of the rain, again, moving towards the west coast as the day goes along. Still could see anywhere from about 1 inch to maybe 3 inches of rain in their area. Heavy rainfall still possible, too, as we get a few more of those bands moving in, so a flood watch still remains in effect. And as we head over for the next few hours, we'll see eventual landfall of Nicole. And then those winds shift. We'll see a southerly wind flow build in, still gusty at times with winds sustained anywhere from about 25 to 30 miles per hour along the Treasure Coast. Wind gusts as high as about 48 miles per hour. And then we'll start to see conditions ease up as the day goes along with finally calmer winds moving in by this afternoon. And we could even see a little bit of sun in our area too. I'll send it back to you guys.
Jen, thank you. You know, the good thing about the timing of the landfall is that it is happening overnight. So whether people are sleeping or they're up because they can hear the wind outside, you know, it means less people out on the road and in these conditions.
Certainly hope so. You know, stay inside. Of course, it is 1:30 in the morning, so this is the best time to be inside. Of course, we are just getting started with you here once again as we are tracking Nicole here this morning on CBS 12 News. We're looking live at Lake Worth Beach, continuing our coverage here as long as we need to keep you in the know about this storm. Stick with us.
With dentures from Aspen Dental,